bitches! I'm Helen.
And I'm Sam.
And we're here to get bookish with you.
We have an audience today.
I know. So, our friend Jen is here watching us, and so
we're going to be more giggly.
I know. We'll try to tame it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Should we start with our faves?
Yeah.
All
Okay,
right.
so what are you reading?
I read Aurora Blazing.
Yes.
Which is actually book 2 to the book we just reviewed, or no, Polaris Rising.
Polaris Rising, which is so confusing because of the Aurora Rising series, which you loved. I love too, yeah.
But book 2 is even better than the first.
I can't wait to read it.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
So,
and it's different characters.
Yeah, like characters that were mentioned in the first book, they're now the main characters in the second book.
Okay, why'd you like it better?
I think it was more what I was expecting out of the first book.
Oh, really?
So it was less, I mean, it's still a romance, but it wasn't like as romance heavy. I'm going to look at Jen to see if she's nodding because she read it too. It's like not as a romance like the first one. Like I was thrown by the romance of the first one.
Oh yeah, super heavy romance.
Yeah, and it's a little bit, it's not enemies to lovers, it's more second chance, which we were
trope.
just discussing that isn't one of my favorite tropes, but yeah, it was good.
Good.
All right, what about you?
Okay. I'm reading a book called Part of Your World.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I talked about it already.
Abby Jimenez?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was recommended to me by our friend Jen, so I thought I would add it today. And I actually, for some reason, originally thought it was a Little Mermaid retelling because
Oh, that's
Part of
fair.
Your World.
Yeah.
And I love The Little Mermaid, so I'm like, this is going to be awesome. It's not. Do not get excited about that. And it's a romance, and it's like set in a small town.
Okay.
And like her car breaks down. Oh my gosh, okay. So I knew my legs were gonna go up in like 5 seconds. So her car breaks down and she's waiting for a tow truck, but she's in Spanx. If anyone has worn Spanx, they are so uncomfortable. And she's like, I can't sit in them, so she's trying to get them off, but she can like see now the headlights coming. And it was making me laugh so hard because we've all been in that awkward situation of trying to get the Spanx off of our body. And it's like, you can't get it done fast enough.
Right.
And so he catches her, getting her Spanx off. Okay, that sounds really bad. It's not that bad. And it's adorable, so I like it.
All right, what have you listened to?
I have been listening to, I did a little different, The Waves. Outside,
yeah,
right?
Okay.
If you will notice, we are in a different location.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you might not notice, but anyways, we're in a different location. We're up at my lake house.
And Lake Michigan is right there.
Exactly. And the waves were outside, and normally they're really loud, and I need to wear earplugs, but they were really nice.
Yeah.
And we were talking about them this morning, and Jen was telling us that there's different colored sounds that you can, and it's not just white, but you can get like brown and all different colored sounds. So I've been listening to the waves, and now I want to listen to colored sounds.
Yeah, that's interesting.
How about you?
I'm also going to cheat a little.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to do a book.
Okay.
I listened
Okay.
to Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton, who plays Draco Malfoy in the Harry Potter books. So
And
I
how
listened to
is
this
it?
book. It is very good. If you're a Harry Potter person, you'll want to read it because he does talk a lot about behind the scenes filming the movies and like his relationship with a lot of different actors.
Okay.
And then it gets into a bit how he has since the films ended and about like mental health and things. So it's actually really interesting. So it's like cool if you're a Harry Potter person, but also like interesting like his experience versus some of the other actors who were like hardcore filming, whereas he was like only part-time filming, so he still was going to actual school with his friends and things.
no way.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see the parallels between some of the actors. Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Does he narrate it?
Yes, he does, which makes it good to read.
That
I like
is really
when I
fun.
read like books by famous people, you know, like their own
Yeah.
books. Who knows if they actually write them or not, but it is good when they actually narrate them. Yeah.
As long as you like their voice.
Yeah, true. And who doesn't love British voice?
Oh, yeah. I would listen to that all day.
Right.
In fact, my phone, when it speaks to me, it's in an Australian voice because I like it. Although sometimes I'm like, what is that word? I don't get it. But
Cop-hawk?
Cop-hawk, yeah. It's a parking lot, so in case I probably, yeah.
All right, what have you watched?
Okay. I've been watching The Bachelor. It's
Surprise!
not a surprise. I really did try to think of something different, but it's what I do. And so I wore my Bachelor shirt, which I just got. It's my first time wearing it because I wanted a dedicated Bachelor shirt every week when I watched, and this will be it. And they were just in Hungary this week in Budapest. And Budapest has been kind of on my list as a place to go.
Okay.
So it was
now you want to go even more.
Oh yeah, I do, for sure. Yeah, it was really good.
Cool. I have been watching The Peripheral
Okay.
on Amazon. It is weird. It is sci-fi. It's like set in the sort of distant future, not distant future, like in the 2030s.
Okay.
And the main character is played by Chloe Grace Moretz.
Do I know who that is?
Kick Cass. She's a little girl. She's like little in it, but you'll probably know if you see her. But she like her brother gets this headset, and like she's really good at video games, so he sends her into like this new technology, and like she ends up in this body, and she does all this stuff, and she ends up finding out that she's actually in the future. And like, I'm not gonna lie, I probably fell asleep with some sort of like explanation.
Okay.
So I have no clue why she specifically like is there helping them. Like, why do you need some random person from the past to like get into this body of a robot and do things? I don't know. It's really cool.
As opposed to like hiring someone or something?
Right, or just like why her specifically, because she's good at video games. Like
Does her brother
missed
know
something.
about this?
Yes.
Okay.
So like the people in the future who are trying to stop her are sending assassins back to her real timeline to kill her, and her brother's like this military, and he's like squad from the military or like protecting her in this drone.
Okay.
Like it's weird, but it's enjoyable. Like I don't quite understand the full storyline. It's a book.
Oh, neat.
I have no clue who it's by, but it's a book.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How many episodes in are you?
Ooh, probably like 4 or 5 out of 8.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's
Cool.
interesting.
Like halfway through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very different than Bachelor.
All right, Adventured.
Adventured. I picked Pentwater.
Okay.
Because
fair
that's
enough.
where
Yeah,
we
we're
are.
here.
Sam and I drove up together, and I was telling her this funny story about how when my mom, Aunt, and I first came up here when we were building the house, that we were talking so much we missed the turn going home, and we ended up in Chicago. And then when I was telling her the story, I was talking so much I missed our turn, and it took us out.
We didn't go to Chicago.
No, we didn't. So that was a fun adventure for the week.
So apparently we only do things together. Because mine is, we went and saw Jagged Little Pill.
Oh, we sure did.
Detroit at the Fox? No.
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 Where?
Fisher.
We were at the Fisher. Yeah, for Alanis Morissette's album, it turned into a musical. Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think?
We had mixed feelings. Like, I enjoyed it, but I also, it wasn't what it's very serious. Like, we went in with no clue what it was about.
Yeah. I thought it was like a breakup story, and it wasn't. But there was, gosh, I wish I would have looked up her name. This redheaded actress. She
Phenomenal.
was fabulous. Like, Sam cried.
Yeah.
And I had like goosebumps all over. It was that.
Yeah.
She was
it
really
was
good.
Really good acting and singing, just not quite the content that I wanted to go see for a Broadway show. Look up the trigger warnings before you go see it.
Yes.
Yeah.
For
Absolutely.
sure. That's a good idea.
All right. Do you have a crush?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You told me about it.
Okay.
Apparently, and I don't know if you can go, you told me about this show, and this guy went and saw baby white rhinos, right? And then she said, like, there's these babies, and there are these rhinos, and they said to call for them, and you call for them, and they, like, come scampering up. Can you picture just being out and calling, and the baby white rhinos coming to you? I've been thinking about that. Oh my gosh, life goal.
Yeah, the show is, it's Eugene Levy's travel show on Apple. I want to say it's like, I forget the name of it. I'm drawing a blank.
Okay.
But it's Eugene Levy on Apple TV, and he travels to all these places. The Reluctant Traveler, I think is what it is.
Okay. And their baby animals are so cute anyways, and they're probably all
like
punchy.
Rhino
Yes!
babies.
And they're just like, can you see them with their little stubby legs, and they're getting to... oh my gosh, okay. So now I'm going to make Sam go with me, wherever that was, and go see the lions.
Right, I just realized that my crush line is blank.
Nice.
So we'll also say the baby rhino.
Oh gosh, okay. Perfect. That sounds really good.
All right. Should we get into our book review?
Yes. We are reviewing
1,000 Heartbeats
by Keira Cass. Keira Cass, I'm sure you all know, wrote the Selection series, which is my absolute favorite. A series, I don't reread series, but I reread this one. She came out with another series a couple of years ago. It was a duology, I believe, and I'm now blanking on the name.
The Betrothed?
The Betrothed and the Betrayed, I think.
Sure.
Yep. Did you read them?
I didn't read the second one.
Okay, that's fair. So I was so excited for her new book to come out. 1,000 Heartbeats.
Let's start with the synopsis.
Yeah, I forgot something in my room.
Oh no!
I know.
What did you forget?
I might have gotten.
Okay,
something.
all right. Then we'll do a cut.
Okay.
All right, we're back.
Okay. Sorry about that. Joining us today for our discussion is Thistle.
Thistle. I was like, the name. I forgot the name. Yeah.
I looked all over for a snow fox because I loved that Lennox had a snowfox named Thistle. I named one of my book characters Thistle.
Okay.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is
Meant to be.
Yeah, she's not a fox, but I love him, and I had to bring him down, and I have a thing about it. So
Okay. All right.
he has to join us. Synopsis. So, 1,000 Heartbeats is about a kingdom where they had been split up. There were originally like
12, 11, 10, something like that.
clans or something, and there was a war, and they went under, after lots of fighting, the rule of like one family.
One of the clans, yeah.
Yeah, one of the clans, one of the family. And so it's a split perspective. We have Annika, and she is the
princess.
She's the princess, yeah, of one of the clans.
The second born.
Second born, so her brother,
Aeschylus.
will be the one who ascends, and their father is alive, and their mother is
Gone.
We don't know where. So the father rules still, and he has some good days and bad days. They weren't super clear about his mental health situation.
Something's going on. He kind of lost the plot a bit since she disappeared.
Yeah, so we know that Aeschylus will probably come to rule soon. And then the other perspective is Lennox, and Lennox is from...
I couldn't tell you the name of the place.
I couldn't tell you either. They live in another castle, but it's kind of a castle that was abandoned, essentially, that they took over. And his mom is with the head of that clan,
Kind of
sort of.
rebellion group.
Yeah, because they're not an official group. And he is known, he's a soldier for them, and he's known as like the eyes and the ears of their rebellion. And he does a lot of the training and stuff, and so the book kind of opens up. They do kind of a interesting thing at the beginning where there's a chapter where they do from both perspectives.
Yeah, it's
and
like across, like, so-and-so looks out the window. Like, Lennox looks out the window of his castle while Annika looks out the...
Annika is getting dressed. And,
which is weird. So it's kind of... I don't know. Of course they're going to meet soon and...
Right.
Yeah.
And what we know is we know that Lennox has a snow fox named Thistle. This is really what I'm
Which I thought, like, as soon as it showed up, I'm like, Helen always wants a little sidekick. There it is.
I do. And I love that the name was Thistle. And she would bring him treats. Like, she'd crawl out the window at night and come back. And he said that she, like, knew when he was having a bad day and would, like, bring him, one of her kills, but still. And she would, like, snuggle him and kind of, like, be his really good friend and confidant. And then for Annika, she has a maid, Noemi, and they're best friends. And Aeschylus, her brother, and her have a really good relationship. And it is, kind of where
things both believe that they should be ruling the kingdom.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, and Annika is betrothed, or about to be betrothed
to her cousin.
Who, I thought it was just a childhood best friend. Is it a cousin?
No, I'm pretty sure it's a cousin. Because he, like, somehow his family sort of has, like, a claim to the throne.
And so their thought was if they're together, then that would take away the claim. And his name is Nicholas. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, just disclaimer, we have not spoken to each other about this book.
It has been killing me.
We're like, we want authentic reactions to each other's thoughts. So
every
we don't
time. No, we have no idea. And every time I'm like, Sam, and then I'm like, wait, I can't talk to you about this book.
Okay. So honestly, it's a very basic book. The world, my first note is world.
I'm just listening.
Yeah, my first note is world building. So there's like these rebels are off in their own castle, and then there's the main kingdom, of course. And they're like, on the map, they're like, this is the unknown lands. We've never explored here. It's like a day's walk away.
That's so
it's
true.
Like a day's walk away. They've never explored this unexplored land.
Yeah,
like, are you kidding me?
And I think that like literally was its name, like the unexplored land. Like,
and then like the kingdom is the castle. There's no like village around it.
Oh, you're so right.
They go on this like when her and Nicholas get engaged. They go on this like tour, and like it's basically just some random like little mini villages or houses, and that's it. And they get to the border of their land like by noon.
Yeah. And they did say that, but they want to extend that tour, and they said you'd have to like learn etiquette. And Nicholas is like, just make them come to me, and yeah. Okay. So what I loved about the beginning.
Yes.
The beginning. I feel like I need to be very adamant about that. I don't think this stuff is spoilery. Will you stop me if it is?
Okay.
Okay. The brother, Aeschylus, loves doing embroidery.
Yeah, that was adorable.
That was adorable. So cute.
He comes and sits with his sister and their
her.
maid, and they embroider.
That is the cutest thing ever. Okay, so Chris and Will, you boys need to come and embroider with me because I want to sit with my brother and embroider. That would be really fun. Also, Noemi, her servant maid, made her a sword sheath to wear under her dress. I want a sword sheath to wear under my dress. I thought that was so cool. I was on board with this. I thought that was fantastic. So then if you're talking to then the Lennox side that I liked, he's the eyes and ears that I told you. And he was walking up on these new recruits, and these new recruits were like, oh my gosh, I just heard he killed these guys. And I just heard like, he's the eyes and ears. And they're like, he's right there, oh my gosh. And Lennox just said in his normal voice, well, if I'm the eyes and ears of the kingdom, I can hear you. So maybe stop talking. That was fabulous. He also taught the new recruits how to navigate by the stars.
That was cute.
And I thought that was really nice to hear in a book. I love being, outdoors adventuring, and I like that they include that. I thought that was really, really neat. Oh, and Annika, when she was talking, I'm going to call her Annika. We're going to be fine. And when she was about to get engaged, and Nicholas is trying to think of this speech because he wants to say something eloquent.
He's all like he wants to be proper and etiquette.
And she's like, all you need to say is, marry me, I adore you. That's it. And I thought that was just the sweetest, loveliest, that's all you would need to hear from your partner. Marry me, I adore you. It doesn't need to be flowers. Okay, flowers are fun. But it doesn't need to be all that. So I really loved that. Okay. I have some loves and hates from the beginning of the book. Okay.
I don't have much I liked about this. I'm not going to lie.
Well, this is my only liked card, and then it's over. So it's like, that's my only thing I have.
So in the very beginning, when you go to Lennox's side with the rebellion, he comes in because he's just killed some deserters, because apparently he's literally the only person who will kill somebody in the entire rebellion. The leader won't do anything. He has to kill people.
So I'm sorry, not that I agree with rebellions, but if you're going to have a rebellion and you have one person that will kill people, you guys are screwed.
Exactly. That's my whole thing is this rebellion. So then this other guy comes back. They have these campaigns that they have to go on. I think they call it something else. That they have to go on to prove they're worthy for the rebellion.
Yes.
This guy walks in with a cow that he's captured.
Oh, I totally forgot about the cow!
Everybody's like, whoa, you're a hero. You brought us a cow to eat. I'm like, that's what you're celebrating, this rebellion? You're going to try to take over a kingdom. And you're like, I literally wrote down that they're like children playing at rebellion.
Oh my gosh, that's so right.
Lennox is the only one who actually is anything.
That is so right. A child would be like, look at this cow.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything else about the beginning? Because I have just a couple more.
I mean, my other thing that I really wrote down before I had a bunch of spoiler things to talk about was it's basically a he said, she said. This is our land. It was really dumb and
and
it was
he's it's ours.
And I don't even know if there was a war. You mentioned that there was a war between the kingdoms. I thought I don't know.
Yeah, I think
was
they
there?
talked about
Okay.
But
it's not
a while
they
ago.
came in and stole the land from the rebellion people.
They
It was
didn't.
literally just all these clans. All the clans agreed in the end that Annika's family should be the one to rule.
Yeah.
And then he's coming in
I think
only because the leader came to his family and was like, we're this people and this was our land.
Yeah.
There was no
No, that's fair.
Hundreds of years ago this happened. It's not reset. It's not the current king is bad and being bad to his people. So
Oh,
it's
that's
not
so
they
true.
need to
People
rebel
are
to
unhappy.
save them.
Nope. The only people that are unhappy are the rebellion.
So just
Oh,
because a
yeah,
few
that's true.
hundred years ago your people may have been in charge, you're gonna rebel and kill people just because you want to be in charge? That's not a legitimate
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I didn't even think about that.
All right, that's all.
Okay, mine, and this is very particular. So, Annika, likes to wear her hair down, and she was told that so her mom's not there. They think maybe she died, like we said, and the dad, the king, said that she looked like her mom when she wore her hair down. So she wants to wear her hair down all the time, which is so sweet. And then Nicholas, when they get engaged, is it is proper etiquette for a woman to wear her hair up. So from now on, you need to. And Annika was like, but my mom didn't. I don't need to do it. And he was like, you need to wear your hair up, to the point that he would make her leave functions. So that way she had to put her hair up.
Yeah.
I just wrote, no way. No way. She can wear her hair any way that she wants to wear it. And if anything, anytime anyone says that I sound like my mom or look like my mom, I'm like, I want to do that all the time. So the fact that he's trying to take that away from her makes me very angry. Okay, the second thing is, when she's getting engaged to Nicholas, her quote was, "My new goal is not to flourish, not to enjoy, but to survive." Your whole life, she's young. And that's her thought process, to get engaged to this man?
That was what I was about to say, is like the one thing about Annika is that she loves her kingdom, and she very much is like, yeah, I have to marry this guy for my kingdom. It makes sense, and she is very like, it sucks, but I'm gonna do it because I love my people and this is what's best for them.
And and she's so sweet. She goes and she talks to her mom's portrait, and I just thought that was so adorable. So I was just gushing over all of that.
All right, are we going spoilers?
No, not yet. No, okay. I have a name. So Sam doesn't know about this.
All right.
But I love Thistle. As you know, we have become friends.
Okay.
So I have a couple questions for you.
Okay.
If you could have an animal crawl through your window every night, I'm aware that seems slightly creepy, but if you could have any animal, what animal would you pick?
Red panda. That's what just randomly came to my mind. I was like, that's super adorable, right?
That is
so
adorable.
tiny and adorable. I mean, a fox is cute.
Yeah.
A red panda would be cute.
Okay, what would you name your red panda?
Oh, I have no clue.
Pick a name. Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot. She's going to hate me later.
Throw something at me, Jen.
Alaska. Jen is wearing an Alaska shirt. Alaska the red panda.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I take naming things very seriously.
I know.
Seriously, it has to be personal and it would need to be something Stargate-ish or something.
For sure. Who is the main character on Stargate?
Jack.
Jack?
Jack
Would it be
my
Jack?
panda, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jack your panda.
Yeah, Jack used to be my nickname on Stargate.
No way. That's amazing. Okay. Jack is her red panda.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
All right, what's yours?
I'm gonna go with the snow fox because it's there. And I was gonna keep him Thistle, but I started calling him Rosebud.
Aww.
And so this is Rosebud, and I'm gonna stick with the fox because that's really adorable. Okay, the next round of questions.
Oh no.
Yes, I know. So Rhett is the librarian.
Yes.
Who used to be the stable boy.
Yes.
Who Annika
is friends with.
Is friends with. So he's like, I know you really well. And she's like, no, you don't. And he's like, I know you really well. So he goes through a list of questions that explains how well. So I wanted to ask you, we could play this two ways.
Okay.
Either I just ask you the questions and you say, or we try to guess for each other.
Okay.
Which way do you want to do it?
Each other.
Okay. So the first one is favorite color.
Pink for you.
Yeah, that's my favorite color. It's so easy.
Yeah.
My guess for you is purple?
Yeah, more pink blue. But purple, it's pink, blue, purple, my three colors.
Okay. Guys, I'm going to do that. Okay.
This is the better friend here.
Dang it. So, pink blue is harder. Okay, the second one is, do you prefer hot or cold?
Hot. Oh.
Oh, no. So we got to say it. I know. We know Sam is hot. I would have guessed that.
Hot? Cold? In between? I know you're going to say in between.
I'm going to say in between. That's going to be a hard one.
I mean, obviously, I just answer mine.
You
knew that.
I knew that. I was so proud of the fact that I was going to know that. She's always cold and bundling up, and I didn't even do different activities in hot and cold. I like having all the seasons.
Yeah. No.
If I had to be one, I would be cold, though, because you can layer. You can get heating pads. You can get heated blankets. You can do all sorts of stuff. When you're hot, you're just hot. So I think I'd say cold.
That's okay.
Okay. So, don't answer for me.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Do you know how to pick a lock?
You? I'm going to say no.
I do not know how to pick a lock. I would say no for you too.
Yeah.
Okay. Our friend Jen totally does, and she's waving her hands behind the camera. She totally does.
Lessons later.
I bought a lock picking kit because I decided I was going to learn.
Oh, I love it.
But I don't know how yet, so I will change that answer hopefully soon. Okay, what is your favorite spice? I forgot to think about this one.
What are some spices?
Her favorite was cinnamon in the book. So cinnamon, cardamom, nutmeg, curry powder.
I mean, I'm going to say cinnamon for you then. You don't even have an answer for yourself.
I don't have an answer for myself.
I don't either.
Oh, the salt is that a spice?
Yeah.
I love salt. Salty things are so good.
I mean, then I'd say sugar. Does sugar? No.
The spice.
Salt is, but sugar isn't?
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, then I'll say cinnamon for me.
Cinnamon for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you love snickerdoodles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cinnamon is hit or miss for me. I like it in some stuff. So I guess I'll go salt, although that's really the answer. Okay. Do you mind the rain? Is the question.
Okay.
For you, I'm gonna say yes.
Nope.
Dang!
Yeah, nope.
I thought it would be cold.
I mean, yeah, if it's cold, but if it's like a nice day, like going
Okay.
out in the rain sounds fun.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you? I'm gonna say you do like the rain.
I do like the rain. Mom would sing Singing in the Rain, and we'd go out there and splash.
Aw.
And I love getting like muddy, and you can get really cute like galoshes and like a cute umbrella.
Yeah.
So I'm good with rain.
Okay.
Evening or morning?
For you?
For me.
Evening.
For sure. Evening is the way to go. For you, yikes. I also go evening.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think
okay.
we both are sleeping and like stay up late.
Yeah, and if we are awake in the morning, like snuggle in and read a book or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, the next one. Where is your favorite place to read a book?
Ooh, okay.
I have a guess for you.
Okay.
In front of the castle at Disney.
Oh,
because we talked about it.
That would be a dream.
That would be a
Like,
dream. Okay, not
yeah.
a favorite place.
Yeah, okay.
So for you, I would then maybe in bed?
Nope.
Dang.
I'm gonna say like in the sun. Like by the beach would be amazing.
That is
or
fair.
like on a cruise ship would be amazing. Just in the sun.
Okay,
I do that a lot
that's
in the
fair. Okay, I totally see that.
Okay, for you, I'm gonna say cozy on the couch with a blanket.
Ooh, that's super fair, because I was going to say in a window seat, like
Okay,
wrapped
yeah,
up
yeah,
in a blanket.
yeah.
It's the same type of
Yeah.
thing, but I love window seats so
Okay.
much. So,
Yeah.
super close.
Okay.
Okay, so that was just my
Yeah.
little
That was
Rhett
fun.
game. Okay, good.
All right, so we heading towards spoilers then?
Yeah.
All right, here's your spoiler warning.
So leave us.
Yeah,
if we
run
don't
away if you don't want
hear.
to know, but I don't think we recommend this book, so
No,
you
I
probably don't care.
No.
All right.
Okay, so
I'm
what I
about
was
to
going
get vicious.
okay, so she kisses Rhett, the guy that was doing that.
Yes.
They kiss in a library, and I just wrote swoon. Because, like,
Really?
being kissed in a library, doesn't that sound cute?
I mean, that's fine, but the fact is, before he tried to kiss her, I literally thought he was just an old man librarian.
Wait, what?
Because, like, they introduced me like, oh, Rhett's my friend, he runs the library, and I just assumed librarian, old man.
No
I didn't realize he
way.
was young. And then, like, there was no chemistry or anything. Even she admits, like, oh, I didn't even realize that there was a possibility of liking him until he kissed me. Like, she had zero interest in him as more than only as an escape for Nicholas. Like, she briefly thought about running away with him.
I knew he was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they were about the same age. I actually thought he was a little bit younger. And I legit thought that was going to be the love interest because in reading the
I mean, yeah, he
synopsis
was
about the
supposed to be
book,
her love triangle, but
yeah, you know that it's not going to be Nicholas.
Yeah.
And so I actually really did think that they had a chance,
Nope.
and I thought she liked the kiss. And I was just at the beginning, and I was all excited about Thistle,
Yeah.
and I was all excited about like kissing in a library. So I want to be kissed in a library. I think that would be really fun. And I just really liked that. And then I have written down the turn. So then things,
when things went downhill for you.
dude,
Okay. Yeah.
this book. I am so angry. The amount that I wrote down was so long of that I didn't like. I had to pick and choose, and then I couldn't say anything to you. It got so
I was so worried you would like this book. I'm like, oh
No.
no, this is not going to go well. I don't like this.
No, and I hate being vicious about books. I generally don't. I have so much to say.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. So please start us along the
All
way
right.
because I have lots.
So let's start with the first quote I wrote down.
Oh my.
We're gonna get into the reason behind her mother. That
You
is
guys.
a pretty crazy storyline. Should we just go there first?
Yes. Okay. So we find out that Lennox.
We don't even know. Was she kidnapped? Did she run away and they found her? They never really explained how they got her.
Oh.
Like
I
that was
think-
a whole loophole.
I think they kidnapped her because you know how like they kidnapped Annika, like she was like going down the road and they
Mhm.
kidnapped her. I think
Okay.
they kidnapped the mom the same way.
Okay.
Here's the thing:
Very vague.
if you're going down the same road, they so far have kidnapped her mom down that road. They have kidnapped other people from the castle down that road because they talked about soldiers. They had kidnapped Annika.
the one road to this
The
tiny
one
little
road.
kingdom.
Annika and her fiance and their soldiers, and then the fiance and the soldiers got away, but she didn't.
Mhm.
Then didn't they like kidnap them again? No, those three went to the town. Anyways, why would you take this road? The road just needs to be like covered in grass or
So,
something. I don't
we
know.
find out that the rebels did have a mother, and when they needed to kill her, the only person who kills people is our main guy, Lennox. So the love interest has killed her mother.
Killed her mother. I could not be so mad.
And that is written down.
Literally put. He murdered her mother.
And it wasn't
Then-
even like she was bad and he was
No,
doing a good
just
thing.
because she was the queen
yeah,
of the other
and they
place.
couldn't let her know where they were.
So ransom her. Ask her
No,
questions.
because then she wouldn't know
interrogate
they
her.
exist. He had to kill her because she would have known.
They didn't have
but
to
yes,
kill her. They could have imprisoned her. They could, which is not great. I'm not saying that. They could have taken her in for questioning. They could have integrated her into their rebel society. I don't know, something. So he murders her. Then, when she's dead, he cuts her hair because he wants a piece of her to keep because he feels so bad about doing it that it's like a reminder of what he's done. Then they bury her in the cemetery next to his dad, who he loved. So people think
tried to kill the king.
Who tried to kill the king. People think he's going to see his dad at the cemetery. He's visiting her
this
mom.
This dead woman that he killed.
Who he killed and has her hair. I am not cursed. No. I put no effing way on my card.
Yeah,
no effing
one thing,
way.
like, if she, at one point, what's their name? Annika, at one point is like, I understand why you did it, why you felt like, but even if she understood it, you would not be romantically involved with somebody who killed your mother.
Who did nothing wrong. And they even described it that the mom was just like, I understand you have to do that. And he's like, I walked up to her and slit her throat. Slit her throat. He didn't even like do anything different.
So this is the quote I wrote down. So when he just told Annika that he killed her mother, he goes to visit the gravesite and he literally basically stands up and dramatically cries, "Why did you have to be so gentle?" I literally started laughing. I had to pause the book because I was laughing how dumb.
It's so dumb, and he feels so, why do I have to be so gentle?
That's what he yelled.
Horrible. Horrible. Because he feels so bad because he killed this innocent woman.
Yeah.
This innocent woman.
Because she was nice to him for 5 seconds.
Yeah. And because no one else would do it. And because they're a rebel that isn't actually trying to do anything. I could not. No effing way. Absolutely effing not. That's what I wrote like 10 times in my. Like, absolutely not. So then they meet. Obviously, he captures Annika and she gets away, and that's fine. So they get together in this cave. Am I going too far in advance?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
You don't need to.
And so she escapes capture, and then she comes back because, you know, they're going to try to parlay, which is really not going to happen. So then the two clans fight each other. They run away because there's like a storm.
A random storm that pops up. I was sure magic was involved at some point, but
my gosh,
there was no magic in the world.
And they end up in this cave together. Literally, he scares her in the cave. She says, he is scaring me, or he scared me. So he kills her mom. She knows this at this point, yet she's thinking of him. Then they're in the cave together, and she's like, he's scaring me because he's like this big. So she's terrified of him. He killed the mom, and then he reiterates to her, I killed your mom. You don't need to hear that again. You will remember that forever.
Yeah.
So if you want to intimidate someone, why don't you trap them in a cave, then scare them about being in the cave with you, then reiterate the fact that you killed the mom. And literally, her thought process that was written said the fact that she was thinking that she was thankful for knowing and beginning to understand why he did that. She was thankful for knowing that he killed the mom. No way. And then she said that the conversation was reassuring to her because she knew that Lennox felt bad about it. And I wrote again, he killed your mother. And then she was like, so I noticed you were around this other girl, Blythe. So you found out you're trapped in a cave and you're scared. And you found out that he killed the mom. And she said it. And then you were concerned. It's like that girl thing, right? When we talk about it.
Yeah.
Like concerned that he might
Blythe's,
be talking to another girl. Well, he can talk to all the other girls in the world. He killed your girl, your mom. Like,
Blythe's sole purpose was to be like a competition when she wasn't.
Yeah.
She was the ret version for...
She was. And it wasn't done well. And one of the quotes I wrote down that was said was, you may take my freedom, but you are not permitted to touch my joy. It's bad. It's just so bad.
So there's this one part, like when they're in the cave where they give each other the bracelet, and then he gives her his coat at some point. There's like one of those crossover scenes where like the narrator's narrating both, and they're both longingly, she was sniffing his cloak, and while he was simultaneously sniffing her hair. And they were apart from each other.
I wonder if he's going to cut her hair and keep it in.
I'm going to do your throat card. It's fun.
It is super fun. And I wonder if he's going to cut her hair and keep it in his pocket like he does the mom's. Because
like
that's
a serial killer.
It is. Then that cloak part, I'm so glad you said that. Part of the cloak, so he gave her the cloak because she was cold.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason he explained how big of a deal this was is he said Lennox loved his coat so much that even if his greatest friend was dying of hypothermia, he would not give it up. But he gave it to her. What an asshole! Oh no, can I say that? But he would not give it to his friend who had hypothermia, so she should feel lucky. No, don't be around a guy who wouldn't give his cloak to his friend that has hypothermia. Like, and then she looked up into him, you know, like they were like doing that, and he's playing with her hair, and they had the cloak, and they had the fire. I think they started a fire, and they're doing all this, and Annika looks at her, looks at him, and was like, "That's not the face of a killer." That's literally the face of a killer. He killed her mom, and she wrote that it isn't the face of a killer. That's wrong. It's just wrong. I should calm down.
All right. Okay. Can we talk about the predictions for a moment that you made?
I don't remember what I made.
Okay.
I forgot.
So, first of all, I will say that okay, I remember your predictions because I googled every time they came true in
No
the
way.
book.
Okay.
So first of all, food. You said there was going to be food of some sort.
Oh yeah,
There
and
was
there's
constantly food.
There was that her mom loved cinnamon, and so they would go down to like the kitchens and get little treats, and she loved the smell of cinnamon. And that was the thing. I totally made cookies while I was reading this.
The other was that they're gonna make some silly quote about 1,000
And they so did.
I literally wrote it down.
Okay, me too.
So it was
Okay.
Rhett who said it, and he said, "Love has a sound. It's the sound of 1,000 heartbeats happening at the same time."
Yes!
So like the rest of the book, it's all about, am I hearing the sound of 1,000 heartbeats?
Is this the sound? Because then I know I'm in love. And when I'm with Rhett, I don't hear a sound.
Yes.
And so
I'm with Lennox. I hear the
I
fluttering
hear
of
the
1,000
sound. No, you hear the sound of your mom dying. That's like going over here.
So I will say, I think my predictions were that there was going to be a love triangle, which I'm not counting this as any sort of love triangle. I know you thought there was, but like it was obvious from the very get-go. Like a good love triangle is, ooh, who will they choose? You don't quite know if they would choose. This was obviously like Rhett was never actually a
I
contender.
thought Rhett was a contender for like a hot minute.
Nope.
But then is the love triangle between Lennox, Rhett, and Annika, or is Nicholas even a part of the
Practically
love
like
triangle?
two
It's almost
triangles.
like yeah.
Yeah. But then the fact is that Rhett was just there for that reason. He burns the entire library down because she won't be with him.
He is the librarian, the truster of the book.
He burns the library because she says no to him.
No, like I can't. To burn books is intense, and that's his life work essentially is protecting these books. And yes, he throws such a fit that a girl said no that he even said he understood that he burns them and doesn't help when everything's burning around them.
And then Blythe, who is the other love triangle for Lennox.
Although I do like her name because it reminds me of Gilbert Blythe from Anne of Green Gables.
It is a good name.
It is a good name.
But she finds out because he keeps stupidly talking over this mother's grave out loud and revealing how he loves her daughter and all this stuff. She overhears him. It's like, you're a traitor. I'm going to tell everybody.
Yep.
Run.
Yep.
Like, no questions or anything. Like.
And he runs to the other kingdom, and they let him in, and then he ends up in her bed, and
they're in love, and they're soulmates.
And they literally call them the boy with the apple and the girl with the horse. My eyes rolled so hard they were sore. Yes, the boy with the. So do you remember when they were younger?
Oh,
and she was on the horse.
They found out that they actually had met each other as kids briefly.
But if they were in such rival clans, even as kids, why would they be
they
around each other?
Yeah, he'd never been to her land. She'd never been to his. So how did they?
I don't know the road that everyone gets kidnapped on. But the boy with the apple and the girl with the horse, my eyes were rolling so hard.
All right, I think we've
okay
torn this apart enough.
I have one more, and then I'm done.
Okay. Oh, I don't think he's dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it was a cop out to, like, the guy was like, I'm gonna kill him, and then walks away and didn't do it in front of his face. Either the author was trying to save face for killing a poor creature, or he's not really dead. I think we're gonna find out in book 2 that he's not dead.
You're legit serious?
Yeah, for sure.
You're not just trying to make me feel better?
Yeah. Otherwise, what was the whole purpose of the fox?
You serious?
Like, it obviously had a purpose for some reason to do something.
He's not dead. So don't know what happened after Thistle, I thought, was killed, that I just wrote end. Because the rest of the book happened. Like, there was an invasion, and there was, like, this war, and the brother rose to power, and all this stuff. But after Thistle died, I zoned out for hours, apparently. So we need there not to be animal cruelty in our books, and Thistle is alive and well. Well, this is Rosebud, but yes. Okay.
All right, should we skip to some awards?
Yes.
All right. WTF.
Okay.
Go for it.
I picked Rhett burning the books. He's just angry and he torches them, and she could save the books, but she wants to get this one particular book because she wants Lennox to know that like his family was a thing.
But she's suddenly like, I love my kingdom, but I'm going to let you have it just because your family.
And so I'm going to watch these books burn. And so Rhett burned the books. Annika didn't do anything about it. And we just were like, oh, well, and that was the knowledge of the kingdom.
All the world.
Yeah, it's not like a lot of people had books apparently. So that was my like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just read the terrible world building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay. Badass award.
My badass bitch award?
Well, there's badass and there's bitch.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Sorry, I have those two. Badass. Okay. My badass award was Aeschylus, the brother, and Annika trading lessons. So Aeschylus would
train her in sword fighting.
Train her in sword fight. He would embroider, which she was taught, and she wanted to know to sword fight. But in the kingdom, the boys and the girls couldn't learn the same thing. So he at night would take her. They went to the stables or they practiced in the room, and she wanted to be able to like. And he wanted her to be strong too. So I just thought that was badass that Aeschylus is like, not only am I man enough to sit here and embroider with you because that's fun, but I am man enough to want my sister to know how to sword fight and the maid. And I just thought that was badass.
Sure.
Yeah, a different way of being badass. Okay.
I wrote no one. Because did I like a single person in this book? No. No, sure didn't.
That's amazing. Okay.
And I actually put Aeschylus as my biggest bitch.
Really?
Because at the end when their father dies, he runs away because he doesn't want to marry for the country. He wants to marry the girl he loves.
You know, I zoned out after this.
Yeah, fair enough.
You're right. That's a really good point.
I think you'll be a great ruler, sis. Have fun marrying the guy you don't want to love. I'm gonna marry the girl I love.
Oh my gosh! I feel like I should revoke his badass award because that is so true.
Yeah.
That is horrible.
Yep. Who's your biggest bitch?
Lennox. He freaking murdered her mom in cold blood and then talks to her and stole her hair and won't give up his cloak. I mean, which thing would you like to pick? So I picked Lennox.
All right, I have a question for you, and I think I know the answer.
Yes.
Like it, love it, or leave it.
Leave this one.
Yeah, don't read it.
Yeah, don't read it. I assume you agree.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love Keira Cass, so this is absolutely nothing against her. I adore her. I adore her other series. This is just not the one for me at all.
All right, so next up we are planning to read 1,000 Steps Into Night by Tracy Cheek.
Yes, a lot of 1,000 books.
Yeah, 1,000. Do you have any predictions?
I super forgot to do this. So, can you go first?
Okay. So based on the description, because like the story is that she's like turning into a demon or something, and she has to go like hunting to figure out how to stop it. I think basically she's just gonna learn to accept the fact that she's a demon and like love herself and her powers.
Okay.
Yep. And then I just wrote down. It said in the description that there's a thieving magpie spirit, and I am just so excited for that because I grew up in Australia where we have magpies.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
And they have this thing called swooping season.
Okay.
Where if you're walking or riding your bike, the magpies will swoop at you.
No way.
Yeah. It
No
was like
way.
the worst time of the year. It was terrifying because like you'd just be riding your bike and they just start swooping at you.
What would they be trying
I think
to like?
probably protect babies or something. I don't know, but
Oh
yeah.
my gosh. Okay.
And like my nana used to like feed the magpies at her house and stuff. So
Aw.
I know that just sounded adorable. I'm super excited for that.
Do
part.
they really like? Because magpies are known to like steal stuff, right? Sort
Yeah.
of.
I mean, I've never seen a magpie steal something.
Okay,
or
but they
know
would
of.
legit
Yeah.
swoop at you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's wild.
All right.
So my prediction is for the 1,000 Steps Into Night. I'm taking a little kind of literally. Like I think that potentially she's gonna come up to this journey where she has to go 1,000 steps like down into something, and it's gonna be her epic moment. It's like if I can make these like 1,000 steps, then I can rid myself of this demon, this potential demon situation. Okay, so that's what I think. It. I also, just because every book we seem to be reading has had to do with this, I think that maybe she is going to have to be betrothed to someone and hide the fact that she's turning into a demon or might become a demon.
Okay, so she's like on a time, like
she's on a time,
cover it up. Okay.
Yeah, she has to cover it up from nowhere. So, but that is my prediction.
Okay. All right, we did it.
We did it. Oh my gosh.
I think this is gonna be a long one of us just like ranting and complaining.
Ew,
How
okay.
bad the book is, but that's okay. So I guess like and subscribe. Leave us a comment. Tell us a book you hated.
Yes.
Because it's kind of fun to rip on a book. I mean,
It is fun, and we
also
could
kudos to the author for writing a book.
Oh my gosh,
but
yes.
we just didn't like it.
Yes, and we can read some hated ones and say whether we hate it too. And if you like this book, also tell us why,
Yeah, for
because
sure.
that's awesome.
Tell us we're wrong.
Yeah, we like being proved wrong.
All right, thanks for watching.
All right, bye.